All right, Sarah, this question is, I have a girlfriend. I've only dated women, but I've recently realized that I may be queer. I feel like I'm not straight enough to be straight and not queer enough to be queer. What do I do?
Deeply resonate with that one as your local neighborhood bicon.
I love that. We are turning that into a thing.
First of all, somebody else called me that. I did not wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to be a bicon. Anyway, so yes, I identify as bisexual and or queer. And I have experienced this real bi erasure that you are referencing in this question, my dear friend. So my whole life, and I really struggled with it forever, truly forever, until I found some security and stability in my current partner. And I think it's important to say that I am married to a woman and I'm not gay. Mm-hmm, yeah. That I still identify as bisexual, and that is my whole identity. That's my whole being, and my whole being fits within this same-sex marriage.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I think as a culture, we really want things to be on that binary. We really want things to be that. We want people to be identifiable.
Yes,
oh my God,
easily identifiable.
We crave that clarity, even though it's none of our fucking business. Yeah. But we want people to be straight, gay, or bi. And even bi, it's you're being selfish.
Right.
You are just experimenting. Mm-hmm. You are young. You are just vacationing in the other sexuality or whatever. And that is not real, because desire is nebulous. Love is expansive. And I love the example of that. I truly believe that you could be, say, heterosexual your whole life, and then at 65, you could meet somebody who changes your whole world, who changes your whole understanding of love and desire.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the struggles with this type of situation of sort of coming into your queerness while you're already in a relationship is what I think a lot of people experience in relationships is the opportunity costs.
Yes.
What does it mean that I've chosen this one person or these two people or whatever it is out of the 7 billion that are in the world?
Especially when our culture is immersed in this bi shame.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? That it makes you feel like you're in a scarcity mindset, and that your identity is something that needs to be defended to fucking strangers.
Absolutely, because people are oh, you're bi, prove it.
Exactly. Right. Such my lived experience.
Absolutely. But the reality is that you don't have to act on your desires to be queer.
Right.
Right? You don't have to, you could live your whole life and never sleep with a person of a different gender.
I thought about how this mentality totally devalues people who maybe came up in a time where it wasn't safe to come out.
Absolutely.
Right? And so you're going to strip people's queerness from them just because they cannot act on it. Inappropriate.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And so what I want to tell all of the bisexuals out there, you included, is that you are bi enough. You don't have to prove it to anyone. You don't have to tell anyone. Right. You don't have to show everyone that you're doing it.
No sex receipts are required.
Right? You are queer enough. So join us. Be advocates.
Right.
Be out there in community. Do what you need to do in order to support other queer people. And you are welcome to the table whether or not you have touched any genitals at all.
Yes, and all of you other queers at the table, make sure that you're making space.